yeah, so let's get into this, shall we?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, and
Patreon.com/upNXT.
That's right, baby. Yeah, we're on the Patreon, and we love our Patreon supporters, but we are your NXT friends.
Friends.
Yes. The Wednesday Night Wars in the world of pro wrestling are crazy. You got AEW kicking off with their crazy shows every week. They're putting on good shows.
They are, but NXT don't have their focus on that right now. They've got their own war going on.
Brand
supremacy.
Takeovers, invasions, war games.
War games.
Got a problem? War games. So yeah, NXT I feel like is on a roll because tonight was a knockout show. Now we record weekly Wednesday night AEW reviews on our Patreon every Thursday. So we'll get into that. And on those shows, we compare the shows because right now we just watched NXT and are doing this show for upNXT right now. So if you want to listen to those shows, you can also join that. But so NXT, I feel like has just been knocking it out the park. This episode tonight felt like just a crazy go home show. This makes you want to watch the shows they're promoting. But in itself was just fantastic. It was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to obviously when we do the review, I've got some thoughts. I thought the matches tonight was fantastic. Were fantastic. I'm maybe not so into the other angles going on.
Sure, of course.
But
Brand supremacy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you've been away.
I've been away for a little bit.
Here in the BDE, the Braden Davie estate.
Mm-hmm.
You went away for a weekend from Thursday to a Sunday. You left me all by my lonesome.
How was that?
It was good.
It was good.
I cleaned the entire place.
Really?
And then it got a little dirty.
Oh, okay, there we are.
Yeah. Just don't use a dark light.
Right. No, I know that. I've lived with you over a year. I've learned that already.
So you were away. You went to New York City.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was great.
We went for WrestleMania weekend and we watched a lot of wrestling. We got to do a lot of fun stuff, New York stuff, but you've been a million times. But you went because now you have PR here in Canada.
Yeah. So in order to activate your visa, you need to cross the border and come back in. So I thought I could just go to like Buffalo and like cross the border and come back. Or I thought, well, why not have a little weekend away?
Sure.
So I went with two of my friends and I've been to New York a bunch and I've done all the touristy stuff and things. This time I kind of just wanted to hit some bars, see some comedy, get some pizza. And I had a great time. I was staying in Brownsville in Brooklyn, which if you type in Brownsville, Brooklyn, Google will fill it in for you, being like, why do so many people die in Brownsville? Is Brownsville the most dangerous place in America? All that kind of stuff. It was fine. We had a cute little Airbnb.
Excellent. I love Airbnb.
They're the way to go.
Yeah, of course. All the way.
We were about 5 minutes away from where Mike Tyson grew up, like streetwise.
Wow. Okay.
But our Airbnb owner, a lovely guy called Roger, he was fantastic. He was this old African-American gentleman, felt like he'd seen a bunch. He was like, so where are you guys from?
Seen some shit, you mean?
Yeah. We're like, where are you guys from? And we're like, oh, Toronto, Canada. And he's like, oh, I was in Montreal in 1967. And we're like, oh, okay.
Nice. Years before the screw job.
Matt Ross, my friend and friend of the show,
Yeah.
he's been mentioned a few times.
Many times. Insane.
Was chatting to Roger and finds out that he is a Jehovah's Witness preacher.
Whoa.
Which is pretty cool.
Wow.
This guy was awesome. But he basically gave the lay of the land to start with. He was like, if you want to go to the subway, it's that way. There's a convenience store on the corner there. There's a deli there. There's this there. But whatever you do, don't go to that store on the corner.
Whoa.
And we're like, sorry, what? Don't? And he's like, yeah, do not go to that store on the corner. I'm like, okay.
Scary.
So we're like, interesting. Why? So we started, we were like, right, let's go out, pick up some beers, have some drinks at the Airbnb before heading out.
Yeah.
We're looking around and we walked past the store on the corner. We decided to now call it the Elephant Graveyard. Whatever you do, do not go to the Elephant Graveyard.
You know what you want to do now.
Exactly. So we look in the convenience store, no beer. We go to the liquor store, it's only liquor, no beer. I'm like, It's like, guys, I saw in the window Heineken at the Elephant Graveyard. So it's like, okay.
Cemetery.
So we go into the elephant graveyard
You
to
said
pick
don't
up.
do it.
I know. So we go in to pick up some beers, and there's this like sketchy looking dude like sat on a crate. There's this other guy pacing around, and we're like, okay, this is a drug thing.
Yes.
Like they're selling drugs from
Obviously,
here.
Yes. So did you get some
And
good shit or what?
Matt and Tiff went up to the counter,
Oh no.
and then this gentleman who, I don't know, he was, as far as I was concerned, a white guy, maybe like slightly Latino or something, like
Okay.
a little tanned. But he stares at them and starts going, "White people! Oh my God, white people! Look, Tony, it's a white person.
Yeah.
Look, white." And our friend Tiff, as you know, is Filipino.
Yes.
So she's there like, hello.
Yeah.
He's like, white people. And then I go up to pay, and he's like, oh my God, more white people.
What?
Same white people, different white people.
We shouldn't have went to that stuff.
And we were fine. We're like, but yeah, don't go to the elephant graveyard.
Don't go. To
But we got our
stuff.
beers, we got a Corona, some
There
Modelo.
you
It was
go.
very nice.
You had a lovely time.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Also went to the Comedy Cellar,
Legendary
which
venue.
exactly I've wanted to go for a while. We tried for like the 10:30 show, but it was sold out. Then we saw that Tom Green was like the surprise guest, so that was a shame.
Damn.
So I went to the like
Chad.
midnight showing, and now you've been to comedy with Matt Ross before.
Yeah, your friend Matt Ross, to describe this guy is he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
I love this guy, but he he's always on it. He's always
Excitable.
10.
Yeah.
Like if you ever get excited, you're at a concert or anything that excites you genuinely.
Yeah.
You get to like a good 8 or 9. It takes a lot to get you to a 10, but Matt Ross is always
Starts
on
at 10.
Yeah, he's never below.
So already I feel before we've gone in, he's kind of pissed off the security guy.
Yes.
Just because he's like excitable and stuff. We're sat there. The comedian's fucking fantastic. It was such a good show. To start with, we tried to see a show at the Grizzly Pear, and it was terrible. So we're like, we're leaving. We're going to try for Comedy Cellar. And he then gets told, like one of the comedians, because he was like all the time, like, yes, clapping and stuff.
Really
and she's like, okay, stop clapping. And we're like, what? And then security was like, you need to be quiet.
Keep it down.
Because he wasn't heckling, just getting super into it.
Damn.
But you could see him, like, he'd calm down for a bit. And then you'd see, like, his meter, if this was a video game, like, bubbling up and up. And then he's like, ah! And, like, start shouting, like, shh. But that was great. The whole trip was awesome. But, yeah, the elephant graveyard, definitely a highlight of the trip.
Well, you were away for a while. So you left me all by my lonesome. So what am I to do? Who am I supposed to go out with? What am I supposed to do, Davey?
Sam Shaft.
So I called up Shaft. Sam, friend of the show, longtime friend of the show, longtime law listener. We became friends because he was a listener, but we would run into each other at the Dance Cave in Toronto. So we had a little weekend full of degeneracy, but he got me. I think I'm going to do this thing where I don't drink beer.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to drink beer. So he put me on this. Sam is like into like fighting and stuff. Not like street fighting, but like legit, like BJJ or something, Muay Thai or something like that. So he only drinks vodka cranberries. That's it. So we started drinking only vodka cranberries. So I'm like, oh, it makes me feel a lot better than drinking beer. So we had a few too many vodka cranberries, and we told each other that we wanted to go somewhere we haven't been before. And we found this place in Toronto where it looks like a pizza shop, but there's when you go late at night, there's a guy outside on Friday night waiting in his winter coat. And when you go in to look like you're going to go grab a pizza, he says, are you going to such and such? And you go, yeah. He goes, okay, go in through this door. And you walk through this door and you get to the back. It's this club and it's lit. Okay. It's amazing. It's pretty cool. And we're like, oh. So we go into the thing. We get to the back of the club. And Sam, having maybe one too many of the vodka crans, or what are they called? Cape Cods? I don't call them. Who calls them that? No one calls them that. He sees, like, it was a pretty full bar, and he sees right instantly two ladies dancing. He then proceeds to just all of a sudden turn into Ric Flair, starts walking over doing the Ric Flair strut with the pats on the shoulder.
Please say you followed up with the Matt Riddle walk.
So he was doing like the Matt Riddle thing, goes up, starts like acting like he's Ric Flair, goes to talk to one of them, shut down immediately, turns to the other, shut down immediately, swings back around, looks at me, and I say, let's go somewhere else. We walk out the bar, and I say, you just pulled a Ric Flair, and he starts apologizing profusely. So I love you, Sam, but he's.
I'm sure he got lucky in the end of the night.
Yes, he's a sly man, but it was very fun.
I've got a theory. Now, you say about vodka cran and you're trying to stay off beer.
Yeah, the challenge.
Vodka cran is, well, just vodka in general is sneaky. I feel other alcohols warn you.
Sneaky.
I feel beer will like make you feel bloated and gross before you're like super drunk.
Exactly.
Red wine will give you joker mouth and like red teeth and make you sleepy before you get super drunk. Vodka's just like, I could have this all day, especially like if you mix it.
Right.
And then bam.
And it's juice. Juice is healthy. It's practically fruit.
Yeah. So vodka's sneaky.
Yeah, vodka is sneaky, and I'm gonna try. Follow me on my quest to cut out beer for a little while, just to see how long this goes. I think I can do it.
Good luck to you.
Yes, thank you. Join me in this quest. You don't have.
I don't drink a great deal of beer, to be honest.
You drink ciders.
I like cider.
Does cider count?
Cider's pretty bad for you as well.
So
Nothing's great.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, so that was our weekends. We actually really haven't spoken much. I think today's the most we've spoken since I've been back. So
yeah, we went for a walk, got a coffee.
Yeah,
some French press.
We caught up on some of the stuff that we will not be sharing on our free feed.
There's some shows that are definitely Patreon.
There's a paywall for that.
There was definitely a Patreon exclusive stories of what we were going deeper into what we were just talking about. But speaking of Patreon, now before we go into the NXT part, we have so much shows because Survivor Series is involved with the NXT and the brands and all that stuff. We will be doing a special Survivor Series show this week on our Patreon. $5 a month, North American champion here. You get to access to this show that you came up with for us to be joined with John and Way, Post Wrestling Baby. We're going to pick fantasy. We're like drafting fantasy dream Survivor Series teams.
Yes.
It's a show where we pick teams, like who would you want to ever team, and there's rules, and it's kind of like a game. It's going to be a whole Survivor Series chat, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's only available on our Patreon. I know a lot of people are excited about it. Yeah,
so that's tomorrow, the Survivor Series draft with John and Way. Should be a lot of fun. And
we're going to hang out with them afterwards on their Hangout.
Yes, so check out Cafe Hangout at 3 p.m.
And if that's not enough, this Saturday, we're doing the TakeOver War Games review. We're also going to go live on YouTube, just like we always do. Our YouTube is
BDE Official.
Yes, but Sunday night, the brands NXT is invading. Well, fuck it. We're invading too. We're going to invade the post office because we're going to join John and Way, and we're going to do a joint Survivor Series show for Post Wrestling. And I'm super excited for this one because Survivor Series is a crazy looking show. This whole weekend.
Yeah, this is the first. I think this is the first time the NXT title is going to be defended at a WWE pay-per-view. That's not a takeover. That's exciting. We've got these huge like multi-man matches coming up.
Crazy.
Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. I'm super excited for.
Me too. Yeah.
I think it should be a really good show. But also on Sunday on our Patreon, Sunday morning, we'll be continuing our Star Wars journey.
Oh man, we did The Mandalorian. We did the first episode because we both got Disney Plus. That's out on our free podcast feed, wherever you get your podcast, like this one you're listening to right now. We're going to be doing Mandalorian episode 2 and 3 together sometime this weekend as well. But we've been doing all the Star Wars movies.
Yes.
We did the prequels. We watched Jar Jar. Now we've done Solo, and now we've watched Rogue One, and we've just recorded it, and it's coming out this weekend. So go listen for our Patreon there, the Rogue One. And then after that, we're going to the original series, A New Hope, free on this very feed down the line. So we have so much shows coming up.
A lot of stuff this week. The BD busy boys this week.
Yeah, we are. We love our Patreons. We were like overwhelmed with all the love and support. Like people are like, oh, $5 to support these guys. I listen to their upNXT show every week. Sure, fine. And I love all these people that have been supporting us. And because of that, we get to do all these crazy shows. Like so much fun. The Survivor Series shows this week. We have the What's Next. We did the Terminator. We did Misawa Kenta Kobashi, best match ever, where we dissect that. We've just been having so much fun. So thank you to all our supporters. But now we can talk about some NXT because this week was crazy.
Yeah, so a few bits of news in wrestling this week.
Nothing happened. Nothing big happened this week.
So last night was WWE Backstage.
Yes.
Is
that the show with Jim Cornette?
Well, we'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, so it was the debut of CM Punk. He returned last week, or is it a return because it's Fox? As he'll keep on telling you,
I work
I'm
for
working
Fox.
for Fox. I'm working for Fox.
Okay.
Did you watch the whole show?
Yes.
I mean, not only was CM Punk on it, but your
My
best
boy,
friend,
yeah.
David Arquette.
Former WCW World Champion David Arquette was on the show, and he roasted Booker T. I love that. But yeah, CM Punk is the main thing here. He cuts a promo on Tom Arnold, who for some reason got his nose into this, but also manages to bury Seth Rollins in the exact same swift.
Yeah.
And then tells Seth that he needs to stop tweeting because he's not cool. And then Seth tweets about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. I thought at times CM Punk looked like he was having a lot of fun there. Other times I felt he's been brought there and he's been saying like, I'm there to say it how it is.
Sure.
And
it seems like he is.
Yes and no. Like, yes, he is trying to, but they showed like the stuff with Baron Corbin and the dog, that ridiculous thing. And they're like, oh, what did you think? And he's like, that's shitty. Creative sucks. And then the others are like still WWE employees. And they're like, oh, well, that's funny. And they moved on.
Sure.
I'd have liked less of the others interfering.
Me too.
Or just them be less kind of
I just don't want to watch this
business
show.
people.
There's already too much wrestling to watch. Why do I need to watch this show?
I think it could be a good thing if it's
their
foot is half in at the moment.
I'm not a big CM Punk fan. I shouldn't say that. I do love a lot of his stuff, even before WWE and such. I think he is one of the best on the mics. And watching this instantly, I was like, oh man, I miss this guy. Like he's so good at
exactly.
Talking. He's so slick. Silver tongue devil. Like he's actually so good. So it was cool to watch him. Again.
Yeah,
it was. He's cutting promos.
I found the whole thing weird. Like as I said, I felt their foot's half in. They're not kind of being honest and shooting as they kind of said it would
Seth
be.
Rollins, CM Punk, let's go.
That's the match. Sorry, you've lost me.
CM Punk. Yeah. Yeah. What else was in the? What else is going on in the? Because I joked about Jim Cornette. I don't really want to like talk about it.
No.
Because like it's just like so stupid.
I just think the guy's a fucking loser, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
he said the same joke years before.
It's like, come on, this guy constantly complains about what is killing the industry. That fucking 105-pound guy Marco Stunt is ruining the industry. No, comments like that ruin the industry. Jim Cornette, fuck off.
Racism
like I'm fed up of you.
I haven't watched Power and like nothing against them, and they've made like he's gone from it now, so they can move on. But just terrible taste in your mouth now if you haven't checked it out, because I haven't. I've seen some clips and the promos and stuff, and it's interesting. But like you let that slide. How did that not? First of all, he was working with you anyways. Like just whatever. I know here in Canada we have a whole Don Cherry thing going on.
Yeah,
that's a whole separate thing. But like this one's just come on, it's just terrible. And
it's like people
are like, oh, the snowflakes. I'm like, come on, man. That's just...
no. It's like it's not snowflakes. Yeah. It's being offensive, and
the people calling people snowflakes are white dudes.
Yeah.
So sorry. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So it's just whatever. It's unfortunate. So I mean, the guys over at Power are doing a good job. Apparently, I haven't watched it, but
I've enjoyed what I've seen of Power. I haven't watched a bunch, but I think it's different, and I think that's what you need in wrestling is present different kind of things and not try and be WWE, not try and be other stuff. Just be your own thing, and that's something they've done well at. But yeah, Cornette, I've never been a fan, to be honest.
I was back,
and I just think you're a trash human, so fuck off.
Yeah, I haven't been a fan in a long time.
Yeah.
And other thing, I mean, we've been doing if you've been following our Wednesday nights, we've been doing our Wednesday night like meals, our dinners.
We have, yeah.
So we've done the Drew Goulash, the Gargano versus Almas and chili. Last week we ordered in. We cheated.
Oh, we did, yeah.
But I got pad thai, so it could be Io Shirai pad thai.
Maybe.
Pad Shirai. Pad thai Shirai.
Knee pad thai.
Knee pad thai, and you had like a green curry, so I don't know what name you could mix with that. But tonight you made some food.
Some beef and like a red wine.
Yes.
Like gravy with veg and stuff, and I decided to call it the beef Busick.
Oh, throw him up!
Throw him up!
Throw him up! Is he asked to
I don't know. I hope not.
What's the deal with that, eh?
Yeah, he changed his Twitter handle to his old ring name.
Planet Killer.
Star Destroyer. Yeah.
Yeah, Biff Busick, no longer Oni Lorcan. So did he ask for his release? Is that is it a work? Is it a thing? Who knows? Because
I don't know.
he's been on a little bit of a good roll.
Yeah, I thought he's had a pretty good spot, but
Unless
maybe he
something has
sees
happened,
himself higher than that. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. We love him here on the show.
We do.
Big fan of his Twitter.
Yeah, his Twitter
Happy he's
game is
back on Twitter,
fantastic.
because he deleted it.
He did. He went away for like a moment and then changed the name and everything, but he's back. Yeah.
Throw one up for Oni Lorcan if you're out there. So let's go into NXT from tonight, November 20th, 2019. We start the show with William Regal. He's backstage with security, and here is the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, the man, NXT original, coming down to the ring. The man comes down. She's in her Pearl Jam Jeremy jacket. There's a huge NXT chant. She grabs the microphone in the middle of the ring, looking badass. I love me some Becky. She says, "It's been a while, but I know you all wondered how long it'd be till I came back. I know you all wondered how long it would be till I came here to kick someone's ass. Well, you won't have to wait much longer. You see, Triple H, he sent out an open invitation, but I was going to come anyways. You see, I don't care about Bayley, the teenage girl with the old lady haircut, and I don't care about Sasha. You see, you, Bayley, you destroyed all your Bayley buddies, but you should have destroyed the blue-haired one." And that's when the NXT crowd with the throwback chant here, Sasha's Ratchet.
Damn.
Classic, Full Sail. Classic. Vintage. So she's calling out then, says that Shayna is she's going to feel her pain too at Survivor Series in the three-way match there. And the crowd starts to chant, "Shayna's going to kill you." And Becky, with my favorite, says, "I don't care about you, Shayna, and you can bring your Mary and your Jessica."
I like that line, yeah.
Not Marina, not Jessamine, Mary and Jessica. She says, "I'll beat you here in your own ring under these lights. What are you going to do about it?" And instead of Shayna's music, Rhea Ripley's music comes out.
This seems to be Rhea Ripley's gimmick. She waits for someone to call out someone else, and "This is my brutality," and just comes out.
This is my brutality. So Shayna Baszler does not come out, and Rhea Ripley comes out. She says, "So, you're the man. Let's see if you have a set of balls." Damn. So referee comes down, and it's like, William Regal has just said that this match is going to take place right now. Becky Lynch going one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. The match starts off here. Becky Lynch is clotheslining Rhea Ripley. They're going back and forth. They go to the outside. Rhea puts Becky in an electric chair and then throws her face first onto the apron. They go to commercial break. During the commercial break, they continue to fight with picture-in-picture. The thing about picture-in-picture is they don't do it on every break.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, oh, I know I can, if they're going to commercials, I can quickly run and grab a drink.
I assume they've paid for like a certain amount of them or whatever.
I guess so.
Yeah, you tend not to miss a bunch during them, but more stuff happens on NXT picture-in-picture than it would on main roster, I think.
This match continues. Becky hits like a classic Christian reverse DDT kind of style where he drops down there. Rhea Ripley hits a flapjack. Becky fights back. There's an enziguri, a second rope leg drop, 2 count. There's a roll up from Ripley that Becky counters flawlessly into the disarmor, but then that's countered into a roll up of her own by Rhea Ripley. Counters that with like a powerbomb lift. There's a superplex by Rhea Ripley, and here come Mary and Jessica, is it? And Shayna Baszler. They run down. The Horsewomen attack Becky, but Becky fights back. Super kick Shayna, and Ripley backs her up. So Becky and Rhea Ripley standing tall against Shayna and the Horsewomen. I was like, oh man, Horsewomen versus Horsewomen. Then I just remembered that Becky like kind of dissed both of the other Horsewomen earlier in the promo. So this was a fun match. I kind of felt like it was nothing like crazy, but it was cool to see.
I think it's something down the line could be a good matchup. I think both have very big personalities and both are very capable in the ring. But weren't going to give it. They needed to keep both strong here going into War Games, and yeah, maybe made the Horsewomen look a bit weak. But I guess Marina and Jasmine aren't going into War Games. It's just Shayna, and they're the two lackeys who the former cage fighters aren't good enough to go in the cage. So it's so weird.
So funny. The cage fighters are not in the cage. This match was fun. I love me some Rhea Ripley. She keeps getting better.
She's great, yeah.
I mean, Becky Lynch, too. I love Becky Lynch. Big fan. I think she's like so perfect at everything. Like she's flawless at all the moves, the character, the promos, everything she says. And she just still has that badass character to me when I watch her. And I don't watch a lot of main roster, so it was cool to kind of see her.
And it's been so long since she's been
I know, I would
in
watch her.
NXT. Watching
the
like
Irish jig.
Kyrie back in NXT, it's like, well, you just left a moment ago. Ricochet as well. It's like, wow, you really recently left.
Exactly.
Becky Lynch, it's been 4 years,
A
I
long
think,
time.
since Becky was there. So, yeah, it was cool seeing her back in Full Sail.
We then go to our next thing because the revival, the arrival of the revival. They're here. They're wearing their country boy outfits. They're coming out of a truck here. They have a match later tonight because they're facing Undisputed Era, which we will get to. Up next is a match. Kona Reeves.
Yes, the finest.
The finest.
Is this his debut on USA? I think it is.
Maybe.
We haven't seen Kona for a long time.
Really unfortunate for him.
Oh.
Because I don't know if you're new listeners to this show, big supporters of Kona Reeves.
Oh, I fucking love Kona Reeves.
He's been
Is he jacked? Yeah.
Yeah. He's inspirational. I need to get gym membership because of Kona Reeves. That's it. Kona Reeves comes down to the ring. Kona fucking Reeves, the finest. And he is set to go one-on-one with Matt Riddle, but instead he is instantly attacked before the match by Ricochet, who kicks and drop kicks and beats the shit out of him, waits in the ring. Matt Riddle comes down to the ring, and they stand off. Ricochet and Matt Riddle are now going to have a match live here on NXT, and I lost my mind. I was like, what? So this match starts. Ricochet and Riddle, they go back and forth. Riddle tries to get the strength advantage, but Ricochet is fast, hits his classic drop kick, then a suicide dive into a tope, which is insane. There's a standing star counter into like a cross arm breaker from Riddle. Ricochet counters, eats a senton, the ex-broder, which is the suplex, which I'm still trying to get over. Not the exploder, the ex-broder. A ripcord knee into like a crazy Northern Lights, then a brainbuster swinging neck breaker. Both these guys are just literally killing each other. There's a Phoenix splash attempt, flash knees, a German suplex damn near killing Ricochet. Then Cesaro and Nakamura somehow creep in from the crowd here in their SmackDown shirts, getting involved. However, through all the distraction and kerfuffle, Riddle gets a crucifix on Ricochet and pins him. So Matt Riddle beats Ricochet, but then there's just chaos. And this whole episode has a lot of chaos, but this is definitely where some of it happened here, where Cesaro and Nakamura are attacking Ricochet and Matt Riddle. And then Roderick Strong runs in here and attacks Nakamura because he has a triple threat this weekend. And then Matt Riddle turns around and beats up Roderick Strong. And then Finn Balor comes down and attacks Matt Riddle while still wearing his probably Armani shoes. It's a double standing stomp.
And this stomp looked like he does this move. He's done this move before. He did it when he was a babyface, but this just looked more vicious. It looked way more painful. All of his offense since turning heel, all his attacks just look way more deadly than they used to. This was fun. I thought the match was great. It's as you'd expect from Ricochet and Matt Riddle. The crowd's super into it. They worked hard and fast. Starting to get tired of the run-ins. I think I get what they're doing. I just think it's cheap. We saw it like 5 times on Monday. I'm sure we're going to see it about 5 more times on Friday. And we're going to see it again tonight. So I thought it was cool. I liked Roddy going after Nakamura. Like, that made sense. And Balor going after Riddle. It's getting a bit too easy. Oh, let's just send some guys down to beat each other.
I mean,
up.
That's whatever. You got to promote the Survivor Series. Whatever. Just do it. I like the match. Ricochet and Matt Riddle, I think I could watch them wrestle. I think they've wrestled before once on Evolve or something like that. So I could watch these guys wrestle all the time. Just awesome. I guess I'm not guessing. I'm betting you would see Matt Riddle versus Ricochet down the line in WWE TV.
Yeah,
definitely for sure. So Matt Riddle basically sends Finn Balor retreating. He blocks the 1916 or whatever you call it. It's chaos, but Matt Riddle kind of stands his ground because they are going to fight this Saturday at TakeOver. Matt Riddle and Finn Balor. Morrow says this is like the Wild West. It's not lawlessness. It's like the Mandalorian. It's a Western. It's the Wild Wild West here in Full Sail, baby. We have a video package for Saturday night at TakeOver. There's a triple threat that was first announced to happen tonight, but now moved. Killian Dane versus Damian Priest versus Pete Dunne, and the winner faces Adam Cole at Survivor Series for the NXT title. What do you think is going to happen here? What's happening? We can do predictions, I guess, at the end of the show.
Yeah, let's do it at the end.
The match itself looks like pretty good.
I think they built the feud pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it'll exceed expectations. I feel a lot of people aren't necessarily completely sold with Dane or Priest yet, but I think they'll deliver, and Dunn is always fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And he'll break some fingers.
Of course, he'll break fingers.
It wouldn't be a takeover. It wouldn't be NXT
without some broken fingers.
Breaking fingers. So we see Undisputed Era backstage. They're kickboxing, shadowboxing with their flag in the back, because up next it is the Undisputed Era going a tag team match, versus the Revival. And that's happening now. So this is a dream match, realistically. The Survivor Series 3-way tag was supposed to be War Raiders, Revival, Undisputed Era, but it was now changed. Revival losing the titles to New Day. So now that match isn't going to happen. So Revival now gets to get their retribution.
Yeah, and to be honest, after seeing this match, I don't mind.
Yes, this is our payoff. They're like, hey, you guys want to see that? Just take this instead. So this was fantastic. Now Revival, they're NXT icons. They had WWE Match of the Year in 2016 with Gargano and Ciampa, the DIY.
Yes, 2016.
We were both at that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite matches ever. It is one of the best matches ever. 5 stars in my opinion. And they go into that. They kind of talk about that match later into this match. So Revival history here, similar to we were just discussing, like how Becky was here years ago. A Revival is like now coming back, and they're like, we're main roster, we're top guys now. We're gonna fuck you guys up. So we get to see Undisputed Era and Revival. The match starts. They do a lot of stare downs and like out kind of wrestling, kind of getting the upper hand, but it's like equally matching. So they keep staring each other down and then ending up in brawls. Dash uppercutting both members. There's a lot of even more standoffs. There's a suplex to the outside. There's a tope by Fish, on Fish, sorry, by one of the, by Dash. I'm getting them confused because you said earlier when we were watching it, I keep getting them confused. And now I think it made me more confused than I was. I know that Scott Dawson is the bald one with the mustache.
Yeah.
And that Dash Wilder is not.
They've only been here like 6 years more, and we still get it wrong.
I can't tell the Usos.
Oh, I never have.
Or the Bashams. Are they even actually brothers?
The Bashams? I don't know.
Crazy. So this match continues. There's Kyle O'Reilly's like scuffing around. There's a Sakuraba cartwheel escape, as Mauro mentions. They are working now on Dash. He keeps trying to tag Dawson in, but he can't. He goes to the wrong corner. There's a pop-up roundhouse combos. There's chasing the dragon for a 2 count. There's like a power slam when they come back from break from Dash. He then goes to like tag in Dawson. It's broken up. He hits a Rana, finally tags in Dawson. He attacks Kyle O'Reilly. There's a swinging neck breaker. There's a diving headbutt. There's a tag team wrestling chant from Full Sail. Dawson hits a brain buster on Fish for 2. Then they go to the pose. Bobby Fish is in the middle of the ring, and Dash and Dawson, each corner diagonally, do the DIY, hands and prayers, the pose, and then deliver the running double knees to one to the front, one to the back of the head.
Well, this was meant to be for Bobby Fish, and O'Reilly dives in to move him out the way because Bobby's the legal man and completely eats this.
The DIY, remember that match where that all happens, which was just chaos. So now they hit the knee strike, but it's not enough. Dash gets hit with some sort of DDT off the apron. This was just insane. Like, what the hell happened here? I think I shouted at the TV when this happened. DDT on the apron, off the apron. Dash tags in. There's a superplex and flying splash combo from the Revival, but only a 2 count. Dawson gets dumped out, eats a Samoan drop. There's the high-low counter that ends up being into a shatter machine on Bobby Fish, but Kyle pulls Dawson off the pin to break it up at 2. I thought this was the finish as well.
And that, cool. Yeah, that was awesome because they're going for their high-low, like the setup. The timing here was perfect. Like all 4 of these guys just know what they're doing.
So that they kick out of the shatter machine. It's pulled out of the ring rather. There's a double knee from Kyle off the apron to the outside to Dash, sending him like into chairs and the guardrail. runs inside, climbs up top, and hits a flying knee drop to Dawson, which looked like it killed him.
I thought this was the finish. I mean,
bid on
it
this.
was nothing flashy, but
yeah.
it just looked
Nasty.
2 knees to your spine.
It's
It
realistically, this would end the match.
This looked so painful.
And we both bit because this is only a 2 count. Dawson kicks out. There's a small package, but as it's only a 2 count, Undisputed Era hit the high-low, and there's like a weird like standoff before the high-low is hit. They're like kind of like, we've defeated you, we've beat you, and then they hit it and they pin. I believe it was Dash or I know I'm confusing them. And Undisputed Era beat the Revival. This was a banger. If you just listen to us and don't watch NXT, this is a match to go and check out. This was crazy. Match of the week for me so far.
This match was fucking fantastic.
Match of the night for me, definitely.
Just so, like all 4 of these guys, they work a really realistic style.
Yes.
Like Fish and O'Reilly have their like kind of martial arts expertise. MMA. It looks really real. And then Dawson and Wilder have their they kind of old school Arn and Tully sort of thing going on. It gelled together really well. So many like near falls that I bid on. There was a really cool moment at the end where O'Reilly goes for a punch and Dawson dodges it and catches him in a DDT. I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah, it was insane.
Beth brought up that Revival hold the record for the most matches in 2019.
Whoa!
So I guess they
wrestled the most.
They wrestle the most.
Or Will Ospreay.
Well, in WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, super impressive. Welcome back to Revival. Like, come on. Like, I've seen these guys at WrestleMania, and it's like, come on. Like, I saw you at WrestleMania against Hawkins and Ryder.
Yeah.
Come on. And now I'm watching this just on TV.
Yeah.
And this is crazy good. Like, do you remember when they used to do this all the time?
They could do this.
And I'm not blaming them. It's just been their position and just tag team wrestling in general on the main roster.
Imagine them in AEW. Imagine. That's literally like I hate when everyone's like, well, they could go to this person could go to no. It's like this is literally imagine if these guys AEW has the best tag team wrestling. These guys give them a run for their money. And Undisputed Era.
But look who you've got on the main roster. You've got the New Day, you've got the Usos, you've got the Viking Raiders, you've got Authors of Pain, you've got the Revival. Like, there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't have a fantastic tag division.
Definitely. We have a video package for the Women's War Games this Saturday, and I mean they're introducing kind of because there's 2 War Game matches. They're kind of introducing the rules and reminding us and all that stuff, and filling us in with the storylines, which include Kay Lee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champion. She comes down. She is in the War Games match. She's going to go one-on-one with someone who didn't make the cut. Dakota Kai.
Yes.
She didn't make the cut.
Just before this happened as well, we had a confrontation between the Viking Raiders and Forgotten Sons backstage. Viking Raiders just really wanted to get into Full Sail.
Brand supremacy.
Yeah. Kay Lee Ray with her first match on NXT TV. Against
I think she's wrestled here
before. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Since
she was enhancement talent in NXT Full Sail for a while.
Sure. This is kind of her first since being reintroduced. Yeah, exactly.
Dakota Kai, Kay Lee Ray here on NXT.
Did she have the women's title with her? Kay Lee Ray.
Yeah.
Did she bring it down?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. Okay.
No one did. No one even knew she was champion.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if people watch that show.
I don't.
We have some people ask us if we would watch NXT UK. We watched the Takeover special. We talked about that previously on the shows. But week to week, like it's just I feel like no one really watches it. So if this is something you guys are interested in us covering more of, let us know. But like,
a takeover's just been announced for I believe January, we'll watch that and maybe do a little show. But
so this match starts off. Kay Lee Ray loves hitting gory bombs, and she goes for one early on. Dakota counters out of that with a sunset flip. Looked awesome. There's a double like super kick kind of thing to the back of the head. Kind of looked weak, but she fights back. There's roll-ups. Kay Lee Ray then hits this like face first suplex into a gourd buster, but face buster almost. Looked awesome. Then like a slap chop to the corner. There's a double stomp by Dakota Kai, kind of like Finn Balor was doing.
Yeah.
And that was lit. Kay Lee Ray then gets dumped into the steps on the outside. Dakota hits a running boot to the face. Kay Lee Ray scuffles around, locks in the gory bomb, and Kaylee Ray pins Dakota Kai just like that.
I think Kaylee Ray's been listening to What's Next and been going back and watching her Raquel Diaz with this gory bomb.
Yes, true. Yeah, this is true. We've been doing What's Next, where we go back and watch old NXT. And we're on the week where, like, soon we have Seth Rollins' debut recently, Bray Wyatt debut recently, Biggie Lanson's debuting on the next one we're doing. But we had Raquel Diaz, who's Eddie Guerrero's daughter, was once in
Shaw
NXT.
Guerrero, yeah.
She's using the gory bomb in that show we're watching. But
It's a cool looking move.
Oh, it's one of my favorite moves ever. Yeah, it's so awesome. I like the gory special where you hold the submission in first. It's awesome. So Kaylee Ray wins, beats Dakota Kai. This was a fun match. It was a little short. It was nothing like insanely special.
I think it's what it needed to be at this point in the show. I think
we needed some dominance from Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, you did. And also just Revival and Undisputed just tore it down. Sure. And the crowd need a breather after a match like that.
So Kaylee Ray is in the ring getting up from the victory. And out of nowhere on the apron, we see a moonwalking Carmella. And she's like, hi. And all of a sudden, SmackDown Women's Division invades. They all come in. There's Mandy. There's a bunch of people. Nikki Cross is there.
Yeah, Sonya Deville. Then we have Raw with Kyrie, who looked like Nikki Bella here.
Okay, so Kyrie Sane was dressed like Nikki Bella.
She was, I mean, they're all wearing their geek shirts, all wearing the Raw, all wearing the SmackDown. But because she's in the red Raw shirt and then wearing a backwards Raw snapback, it was just, what, is Nikki Bella here?
No, it's Kyrie Sane, your favorite.
My favorite.
And get this, there's a standoff. The ring is clearing. There's all brawls. Everyone's separating.
First of all, she hits that fantastic looking elbow, keeping the hat on.
She hits the insane elbow, and the hat doesn't even fall off her head.
Yeah.
How did she do it? She gets up. She's cleared the ring, or so she thought. And Kyrie Sane turns around, and who does she come face to face with? A ghost. It's Io Shirai, our two favorites. Our former friends. Kyrie and Io, they have a standoff here, and what our hearts just started to melt.
This was an awesome moment. Yes. I wish the cameras stayed on it longer. It didn't let the moment breathe. Sure. Then suddenly we're seeing fucking Sarah Logan and Nikki Cross on the outside brawling.
It killed my vibe.
And it did kill the moment. But I thought this was a really big moment, and obviously both their characters have changed significantly since they were both teaming together.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I just wish it let this moment breathe a bit more.
Maybe they'll interact later on Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah,
somehow more because I need to see more of Kyrie and Io. We love some Kyrie.
I mean, it's a story waiting to happen. If they both are in the company for a while, we're going to see that at some point.
You have a Kyrie Sane cutout. You put a Nikki Bella hat on.
I did.
For tonight's show. Yes, our YouTube people can see that. But I'm waiting for them to release the Io Shirai cardboard cutout for my room.
It'll happen.
All right.
It'll happen.
When it does, will someone get it for me, you think?
Or you could just buy something yourself.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't need to buy it.
Sounds like you do.
So yeah, Nikki Cross then comes in with a trash can lid, and she clears the ring. This is where they kind of lost me here. They kind of killed that vibe, and I was like, So Nikki Cross standing tall with a trash can lid, literally beating up Kyrie, Io, everyone, just beating up everyone. So we'll see what happens in Survivor Series with all the women's matches, including the War Games one. We have a tag team match because of the incident earlier. Viking Raiders versus the Forgotten Sons. The new Viking Raiders. New Raiders.
Yeah.
War Raiders.
Eric and Ivar, who have never been in NXT.
No, Ivar and Eric.
War Raiders, they were there. Viking Raiders.
Nope.
Who are these guys?
Nope, they've never been here.
Hey, NXT, we've never been there.
They've never been
Yeah.
here. I wish they called them by their NXT names.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny? So the match starts off. There's a powerbomb splash combo from the Viking Raiders right early in this match, and I thought it was over, but it was not, and only a 2 count. The Forgotten Sons hit a drop kick complete shot combo on Eric. There's a roll from Ivar. Sorry, Ivar is Hansen, and Eric is Rowan.
Yes.
Right? Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowe.
Eric is Rowe.
Yeah.
Sorry. Rowe is both of these guys are huge, and they move like they're not. It's just incredible. I have been a fan of these guys for so many years, and it's so cool to see them. However, I just hate these names. If Mustafa Ali can get his name back, can these guys?
I know. I hope so.
Yeah. There's the classic Bronco Buster tag team senton in the corner. There's a Uranagis. There's the back springboard elbows from Hansen. Riker tries to keep getting involved, and Rowe wants no part of that. Eric, sorry, is like, you're a dead man. There's a tope from Wesley Blake. There's a shitty like backcracker from Cutler.
Yeah, this looked funny. So it's the power bomb onto the knees.
Yeah.
It's one of their tag team moves. The other guy power bombs him onto the knees. But they did this to Ivar, and it's like, come on, that ain't phasing Ivar.
Describe this because
so one guy's in the corner and like lifts his knees up,
yeah,
and the other dude powerbomb throws you onto the knees. So on a normal sized guy, yeah, your back is cracking against this guy's knees. It's gonna hurt. But this is two guys half the size of Ivar doing it to Ivar.
And it looked like it hurt him.
This is gonna just hurt your knees way more. And which was probably a nice little massage for Ivar.
Yeah, so he hits that. Did not work. My notes say, come on.
Yeah.
There's a huge suplex by Ray. There's like a DVD off the apron, kind of still clipping the apron, the hardest part of the ring. This looked insanely nasty. I screamed at the TV. Jesus Christ. DVD off the apron. I believe it was from Cutler, maybe. Then there's a huge knee from Raymond Rowe to Cutler. Sorry, Eric. Ivar then gets tossed off the top rope onto Ray and Blake. There's a huge standoff. The Viking Raiders go beast mode. There's like a back handspring, the German backhand. Everything's crazy. There's a pop-up into the power slam, or the Thor's hammer, if you call it that. And the Viking Raiders beat the Forgotten Sons in this match. This was a lot of fun too. Man, tag team wrestling's hot tonight.
Yeah, really good match. I feel that they must... I thought this was just going to be a quick squash, a quick squash win for Viking Raiders, make them look strong on NXT. I think they obviously see something in Forgotten Sons, and I like them. I think we enjoyed shitting on them a bunch, but when it comes to actual tag wrestling, they deliver, these two. And I think down the line, eventually, you can't have Undisputed as tag team champions forever, and you need to refreshen that tag team division. And I think these two guys are two you can have in that position, which is why, this match had time and they got some offense as well.
I enjoyed it a lot. It
was great.
I love the Viking Raiders. One of the best tag matches I've ever seen is TakeOver New York. Viking Raiders, Ricochet, Aleister Black.
Yeah.
The match is 5 stars.
Fantastic match.
Just crazy. I want to see more. I want to see Viking Raiders in that tag match this Sunday. The 3-way tag. It looks crazy. But speaking of crazy, Adam Cole not only is in a War Games match this Saturday, and now has to defend the NXT title on Survivor Series on Sunday, but tonight he's main eventing right now in a ladder match for War Games advantage against a monster, Dijakovic.
Now, we see so often with heels, and we've seen it with Adam Cole, like, oh, why do I have to defend my title against this guy and stuff? He's not complaining at all.
No.
Ladder match. Double cage.
Give it to me.
Title.
Hit me.
Sure, bring it.
Baby.
Mm.
Boom. Yeah. So Adam Cole comes down to the ring. Shock the system. Dijak here. Adam Cole. Ladder match. The match starts off. They both go at it. Adam Cole somehow gets the ladder, but eats a boot from the ladder into his face. Let's hope that no one gets the Mia Yim injury from last week. Io Shirai, Mia Yim had a ladder match for War Games advantage. And Mia Yim got hurt.
I thought from this cyclone boot, any drop kick and boot to the ladder, I was cringing because of last week.
He then gets slammed to the ladder, and not only that, the ladder then falls over and lands on his leg. But Adam Cole fights back and starts working on the leg of Dijak, who came back from injury this year. So it's the meniscus tear. I love learning things about the body.
Meniscus is your knee, right? It's one of the ligaments there.
So kids, use that for your next injury. I used larynx. I had a bruised larynx. Do
you mean larynx?
Yes. There you go. That's how much I fucked up. A teacher asked me what happened, and I said I had a bruised larynx. So clearly, she just bought it because Jericho said he had a bruised larynx once.
Larynx.
Lynx, like the cat. Lynx. So Adam Cole is now working the leg of Dijak and keeps doing that, not allowing him to climb because his legs are hurting. So Cole goes up. He gets a suplex toss during the commercial break. We come back from the picture-in-picture. Dijak sets up a ladder that's in a ladder. So the ladder's standing, but there's a ladder that's in the rung set across to a turnbuckle, and then there's a ladder leaning in a turnbuckle as well. And Dijak then eats my personal favorite wrestling move ever, which I call the sushi garoshi, the suplex lift into the ushigoroshi knee, the sushi garoshi from Adam Cole. He goes to climb the ladder to grab the contract, the advantage, but Dijak comes up and choke slams Adam Cole off the ladder into the corner where the other ladder was. Just
Poor guy.
Yeah, just bouncing off this ladder. Just crazy. He goes for like feast your eyes, but it doesn't connect. He goes to climb up, and Adam Cole counters the feast your eyes, flips over, climbs the ladder, jumps off the ladder, and hits a jumping Panama Sunrise, the Panama City Sunrise.
Well, this looked awesome because it was Dijakovic grabbing at the ankle, trying to pull him down, and he does manage. He does pull him down, but in doing so, gets caught in the Panama Sunrise. I thought that looked awesome, and I've never seen something like that. And especially to someone, I know we've seen those matches against Keith Lee, but the size of Dijakovic taking these moves, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, say what you want about people doing Canadian destroyers, but like Adam Cole has made it one of his big repertoire moves, and he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and it looks fantastic. How do you do it on a big guy that's big?
Yeah.
Just crazy. So he hits the Panama Sunrise. Oh my God. He goes, they fight, continue. Somehow Dijak got up and does hit the feast your eyes, but it fucks his own knee up because he's like, and he can't climb the ladder properly. So what does he do? He climbs the ladder that he set up in one of the rungs, which explains why he would be on that side.
Yeah.
So he starts to climb this like set up ladder, continues to climb it. He goes to grab the contract. Adam Cole runs up the ladder, swings the briefcase, smacking Dijakovic in the head, sending him falling backwards, doing the Nestea plunge into the ladder that was set up in the rung, breaking it, going right through it. Obviously a gimmick ladder, falling through. Adam Cole unhinges the contract, the briefcase there, and he has War Games advantage for Undisputed Era this Saturday. But this was a fun ladder match as well. Both guys just killing each other.
This is fun, yeah. It didn't quite reach the level of last week's ladder match for me. And also, this was a show with two great tag team matches. So don't get me wrong, this was a great match, but it's not something I'm going to talk about in a week's time, I don't think.
Well, I'm happy they didn't do anything like ridiculously stupid. Obviously, Panama City and falling through ladders, cracking through them is crazy, but like they didn't do anything like stupid. So.
Which you possibly would expect from these two at a takeover or something like that. They know they're going, you know they're going into a big weekend.
This was a lot of fun. I love Dijak. He keeps getting better and better here. The only issue for Dijak is kind of needs to figure out a character. Because when he's just off by himself, it does show like what is your character here? Who are you? What's your thing?
It's time. There's time. Yeah. I think there's too much going on right now because they pretty much brought him back from injury, had that series against Lee, and now it's War Games. And after War Games, we've got a long time before a takeover. Because remember, we don't have a takeover in January. We've got the War of the Worlds thing. So I think there's going to be plenty of time to build him and figure out a character. For Dijakovic.
Adam Cole's team, Undisputed Era, get the advantage. And here comes Undisputed Era. They run down to the ring like the wolves they are. But they're not alone because also here comes SmackDown and Raw. And included in Raw is the Street Profits, who were just in NXT like 2 months ago.
Well, this is what bothers me. This is the fourth time. In a 2-hour show, this is the fourth time people are running down.
Yeah.
Hawkins and Ryder, you don't have a match on Sunday. Why do you give a shit? Like, why have you given up your Wednesday when you're doing the house show loop? You're doing what are they, Raw?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, Wednesday, I've just got to go to Orlando to represent Raw.
I gotta support
Are you wrestling on Sunday? No, dude, stay at home. See your family, collect some toys, whatever it is you do.
That's so kayfabe wrong. You're right. Like, what? You're not even involved. Like, why do you?
Why do you care? And at this point, it was like the first two. I'd have preferred just leaving it. Maybe the stuff with Finn and Roddy.
Yeah.
Maybe putting all that at the end here. And because you've got Adam Cole, you've got Undisputed Era coming out. You could have Nakamura run out to take out Roddy when the Pack of Wolves are all coming.
Sure.
And then Riddle coming out, and then Finn. You could do that all at the end of the show.
There was a lot of overbooking here.
And then you had save the one for the women's as well. But having this one as well, and the Nikki Cross, Kairi Sane one, it was just too much for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, try better, like WWE. Just write better stories. This is too easy, and you've filled a whole show. They filled all of Monday's show with this as well.
I guess, yeah. It'll all be over.
It will, and they'll all be friends again.
Yeah, everyone. Brand supremacy. But it's not all over here because Undisputed Era come out. We're on SmackDown. They're all brawling. Sorry, it's chaos. Here comes Drew McIntyre. He hits a running Claymore on Dijakovic. Keith Lee then shows up to confront Drew McIntyre. Hits the Spirit Bomb, the pop-up sit-out power bomb.
This is like Drew McIntyre is a big dude, and he just popped him up flawlessly. Looked amazing. Yeah,
Drew was bouncing around. Then Ivar is in, and they look at each other. They do both run and jump to the outside onto everyone else brawling on the outside with double topes. The crowd is going crazy. In comes Adam Cole. He's in the ring still, looking over, being like, what the hell is going on while I was down? Turns around, and Seth freaking Rollins shows up and super kicks Adam Cole, and Full Sail University boos him and then starts to chant, Seth's not cool. Seth's not cool. I'm sure that hurt his ego just a tiny little bit.
he can tweet about it later.
I'm sure
he probably already has.
Then Ciampa's music hits. He comes down to the ring. And on his way to the ring, he hits a running knee to Adam Cole, who's down already. And he's like, I'm going to make sure you stay down, boy.
But also, I like that because he's got that program going on as well. So it's not completely ignoring. Goldie. Exactly.
Don't keep your eye off Goldie. Daddy's home. He goes in there. He's brawling with Seth Rollins, and that's the Seth's not cool. It's chaos. And they cut after that. It ends on a giant brawl. Classic WWE here on NXT. After the cameras cut, though, Ciampa did grab a mic and said that NXT is the A show, and they are the brand that puts the best matches on every week. And you shouldn't call it Survivor Series weekend. Call it Takeover weekend. Together, we say it loud and proud. We are NXT.
It's a shame it cut out before this. Yeah. I don't know if they just ran out of time or this was always going to be an off-air thing.
Yeah.
This would have been a very strong ending because it just felt weird.
I would say that this was a very abrupt ending, but from the content that I got and the matches and the story building and everything to this, I'd say take aside the stupid silliness that you're right. Like, why do these people actually care about their brand when they're just jabronis? But it did a good job of selling me on all the stuff, and I thought that this week delivered wrestling wise 10 out of 10. It was just so good.
Just those two tag team matches for me were fantastic, especially Undisputed.
Definitely.
Revival.
You want to take a cut here?
I just want to take a little break.
Yeah. Definitely.
The Beef Busick is coming back.
Well, definitely. The Beef Busick. I knew it. I knew his Beef Busick would come back to haunt him. How's the YouTube going here? Where are we, YouTube? We're still here in our YouTube channel. Who do we got? Jake. We got PM2126. Dark Star, what's going on? That fearless cap in the background is appropriate after tonight. Yes. Kyrie wearing the hat. Jimmy's left arm tattoo is darker. Jay's left arm tattoo is greener. Ah, yes. And the Usos. Who else is here? We're going to watch AEW after this. That's what we usually do. Bye-bye. Yeah, definitely. I just want to say, Revival. Fantastic, especially Undisputed. Definitely Revival. Undisputed Era. Dark Star, what's going on? Did you watch NXT tonight? Or are you just joining us to hang out with us? Talking, I honestly thought Io was going to get the upper hand on Nikki Cross for a bit there in the brawl. Yeah, that was weird for me too. I kind of wanted to see more of Io Shirai and Kairi Sane kind of get to do their standoff a bit more there. Definitely. I love how we have this Kairi. Wouldn't an Io look so good? Like right here. Right here. Io Shirai. And we'll get a Seth Rollins cutout too. I check you guys out on Spotify after every NXT show. I heard about you from Post Wrestling, of course. Hey, awesome. I see QIMP. That's amazing. Awesome. You're a new listener then, so that's probably somewhat recent. Thank you for joining along. Yeah, we go live on YouTube when we record and then just still upload the shows regularly. So thank you for finding us. Hopefully you like the stuff we've been doing. It's a blast. Yes, we're gonna do a best of worst. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing that really soon. He's back from the Biff Busick.
Sorry, guys.
You gotta remember where we were.
We pretty much finished the show, and now we're going to feedback and stuff. I think, yeah.
Yes,
Woo!
That was NXT November 20th, 2019. That's what we thought of it. I would give the show a good 8 or 9 out of 10, definitely.
Yeah, I honestly haven't seen AEW yet,
Sure.
and
We'll get to that on
and
our
I'm
Patreon show.
not someone who shits on AEW. I like AEW. I don't think you're going to find a better match this week than Undisputed Revival. I still don't like. Honestly, that match for me was what I love about wrestling. It ticked all the boxes for this guy.
Let's go see what others thought about this on our feedback. Forum.postwrestling.com. Every Wednesday night when NXT airs, we post up. It's free to join for the Post Wrestling family there. You go and post comments or questions, and we'll read them here on the show. Do you want me to start off here?
Sure, go for it.
With Jake from the Windy City. He says, Wednesday has become my favorite day, where Monday and Friday have become meh. Someone please tell me a better match this week than Era and Revival. How the hell could you possibly? I wish Revival were allowed to have matches on Raw or SmackDown. The chemistry they had in the ring with Era was off the charts. The Observer better rate that 5 stars. Would you rate that 5 stars? I probably would.
I think I enjoyed it as much as the British Strong Style match from last year.
Fair. Yeah. He says, I'm not fond of this whole brand supremacy thing. There's just no big stakes on the line. So really, what's the point? Also, I love Seth's not cool. P.S. Thanks for your take on the whole Cornette thing. At this point, he is no better than Vince Russo. They both deserve each other and can go fuck off. Yes.
Well said.
True. Thanks, Jake.
We go to Terry from Colorado. Man, I hope you two can compose yourselves tonight after that tease of Kyrie and Io.
Got hot in the BDE.
But damn, what a night of great matchups, especially that tag match. That is one of the best matches of the year, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Fuck WWE screwed up us over on a great triple threat. No shade at the New Day, but I was pumped to see Revival in that one. Yeah. Who do you guys think will be the last member of Team Ciampa? Great shows as always, fellas. Love the Wu-Tang review. Thank you.
True. So our world champion Patreons get this to help us with the show called Up Yours, where they help pick something for us to watch or review, kind of like John and Wade do. So John Ceno picked Wu-Tang Clan, this Hulu American drama. It's like a crime drama on Hulu. It was awesome. We watched the first 2 episodes and did it, and we got some love from Terry here.
Yeah,
so that's awesome. We really appreciate it.
I had you know me. I don't know much about hip hop at all. I had some customers the other day, and they asked me my opinion. They were like, "Who would you say are the great, most influential hip hop artists?" So I started talking about that show, and they're like, "Oh no way, that's sick." So thank you, John Cena, and thank you, Terry.
Wow, that means a lot that you were listening to a show on our Patreon, dude. Thank you.
We go to Mystery. Very disappointed WWE teased us with Kyrie Io again, and then yanked it away from us.
No.
Also, maybe it was just me, but I legitimately thought Kyrie was Nikki Bella for a moment until the headbutt. Nope, it wasn't just you. Maybe they will interact at Survivor Series or Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide is taking place during Royal Rumble instead of TakeOver as of right now, according to travel packages. Also, Seth's credibility as a babyface is completely shot if even Full Sail boos him. I don't know. I feel Full Sail... It's kind of like... remember the ECW One Night Stand where Raw and SmackDown came to visit and you boo them. It's their enemies. And Seth is very not cool right now. And he isn't really... I mean, he had a little run in NXT, but... yeah.
That's the best he's got. Paul from New Jersey. The show kicked off pretty hot with Becky Lynch. It was certainly interesting seeing her on her away team getting mixed reactions. 2 negatives. We know neither Lynch or Ripley will job in this situation, making it impossible for me to get invested in the match. As an Iconics mark, I had to watch them get beat down from Mary and the Duke this past Monday. Would have been nice to see them jump to Horsewomen and Becky. Like the fire from Dakota Kai, and I would totally smoke a J with Kaylee Ray. I like what you did there because I say Shirai gets me high. If you want to smoke a J with Kaylee Ray, I love it. I'm going to keep doing these until you tell me to stop. Yes, keep doing them, mate. I have to say that this might be my least favorite NXT on USA thus far. This run-in just becoming jarring. Reminds me of WCW. Will we see an attack from the BDE at the post office? It would be appropriate. Keep up the great work. Yes.
It's been more of an invite, but
invite only, baby.
Yeah.
Like Triple H, we are invited.
We're invited, but we'll still bring the oomph. I don't know what I'm saying.
Vodka Cran.
Yeah.
We're bringing in the Biff Busick.
It's interesting. The previous mystery said about Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
I assume this is Worlds Collide's going to be more of a takeover style show than the last one. So I guess we're going to still get this kind of Survivor Series feel like on NXT, because I imagine NXT and 205 is how they're going to build it. And I know they've said stars from Raw and SmackDown as well. So yeah, just we might continue, and who knows, to pop a rating on USA, still have these guys come up.
That's fair.
Yeah, up to NXT.
Up next.
You come up to NXT. We go to Sango from Malaysia.
Yes.
I was ecstatic to see Kona Reeves make his official USA debut. And I was furious to see Ricochet rip the match away from him. Hope the Finest will send that bald fuck a receipt the next time he shows up.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being bald.
Got to admit, though, that cannonball through the ropes was tremendous. Undisputed Era versus Revival delivered on the hype. Found it weird seeing Scott Dawson get a hot tag, but other than that, it was a blast seeing those four go hard all day and night. Having these teams face each other in front of a hot Full Sail crowd probably turned out better than putting them in the Survivor Series triple threat to an uncertain crowd. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the NXT off the air as Ciampa continues to fight. Good one.
It's a me, Luigi Peppercorn. Wednesday night wrestling rules. Another great show and stoked for this weekend. I don't have many thoughts aside from everything was good tonight. Who is better at Mario Party 2, Braden or Davie? Love Luigi.
We've never actually played Mario Party.
If Mario Kart gets you mad, I couldn't imagine you playing with you at Mario Party. Like Mario Party is the one where you like steal people's stars and you get real cunty in Mario Party.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen you throw controllers, and there's this famous video that was like on YouTube years ago where like a kid freaks out.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Like a remote in his bum or
something.
You one time we played Mario Kart. This is a long time ago now, and I beat you, and you just stood up, and you walked to the corner of the room, and you just stood there for like 60 seconds. And so I don't know if we could play Mario Party.
We'll play Mario Party.
We need to get Mario Party. I need to make up for Mario Kart at our takeover tailgate. I think that I need to find a better game that I'm better at for our next takeover tailgate so that I can challenge.
But better than Mario.
I'm over Mario Kart. I let it go. I let it happen. I was like, I'm over this game. We'll see. Maybe we'll get Mario Party, Smash Bros. There's one more here.
Finally, we go to Pick Japan. Greetings. Hashtag not my NXT. Ahoy. Hashtag still love my pirate.
Yes.
Thank you, Pick Japan.
Thank you. He loves Kyrie just as much as you do.
Shall we go into some predictions before we say goodbye?
Let's go into the takeover card a little bit here. So we have the 2 takeover matches, and then we have some matches in between. We have Finn Balor going one-on-one against Matt Riddle. I think Finn Balor will go over Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I think Finn should win that. I think it's going to be a great match. Do we see? We don't really know the status of Gargano.
No.
I wonder if we'll see an appearance there.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be a great match. I think Finn Balor.
We have the triple threat match. The winner faces Adam Cole Sunday night for the NXT title. Pete Dunne, Damian Priest, or Killian Dane. Who's going to face Adam Cole? Who do you think? I think Pete Dunne.
I think Pete Dunne. I can't imagine Damian Priest versus Adam Cole.
No.
Or Dane. And I think Pete Dunne is the most known to the mainstream audience
and that
as
sounds
well.
like a banger match.
Yeah.
Adam Cole. You had a theory. You were talking to me earlier off the show about how you think Kevin Owens will join this match.
Well, I wonder if it will be a bit of a swerve.
He faces Adam
that
Cole Sunday.
It's made a 4-way with the angle of Triple H trying to get him to NXT.
Right.
He then got jumped by Undisputed. So that will allow him to have beef with Adam Cole and want to go for that title. But otherwise, I see Pete Dunne.
We have a War Games match, the men's War Games, Undisputed Era versus Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dijakovic, and to be determined. First of all, I think it should be Velveteen Dream if he's cleared.
Yeah, we don't know his status either. It's been very quiet. It makes sense because Undisputed in story took him out. And I hope they leave that for the show. I don't want them to announce on SmackDown, or the worst is when they just announce on Twitter. It's like, come on, you've already sold the event.
Yeah.
Like, why are you announcing an hour before?
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good... I can already call it now. So we always predict his gear as well. So the teams come out. You're waiting for that fourth and final member for Team Ciampa.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream's music hits. He's going to come out as like Rambo. All in army camo.
War.
Yeah, all ready for war. He'll have a bandana of war paint, camo. That's going to be Dream for Team Ciampa.
I love it. Yeah, I want that to happen. Who wins the match? I think that team of the faces win. Just because they can, the champions.
You think they'll win and then go into
spiral off into feuds for the titles and stuff.
And also, we don't know the team at all for NXT for Survivor Series. So I assume this team plus someone else.
Yeah. And then the women's War Games: Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kaylee Ray versus Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, and Tegan Nox. So who do you think is winning this one?
I think the heels should win this one. Yeah. I think especially if you're having the baby faces going over in the men's, I think Shayna Baszler has had a pretty untarnished record in NXT, only a couple of losses there.
Sure.
Io Shirai is on fire. Bianca Belair, I like a lot and they see highly. And Kaylee Ray is your NXT Women's Champion. I think they have the best argument to win this.
Definitely, I agree. I think I want to see Io Shirai climb the cage, do a moonsault off it.
Now, Dakota Kai's been focused way more than we didn't see Candice, Mia, or Tegan unless they were in any of the brawls today.
Yeah.
So, do you see Dakota Kai getting involved at all?
Yes, I do. She's gonna do some spot off the cage too. Everyone's doing spots. Do a double moon. Do a triple moon.
Do you think she'll turn on her friends, or
possibly yes,
or maybe try and help and cost them the match, like inadvertently?
I don't know. All I know is this needs to somehow lead to Io Shirai being women's champion. That's all I know.
And shall we
quickly Survivor?
Shall we go into the Survivor Series card?
What about Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio? I didn't know I needed this match until 2019, and I've seen it happen before. They have history. SmackDown years and years prior. And I'm super excited for this match. I think Brock Lesnar retains, but I think it's going to be crazy. Imagine Rey Mysterio winning. Insanity, but not.
You know, all I want from this match, I highly expect Lesnar to win. All I want from this match is them to give me the belief that Rey could win this.
Yeah.
They're the matches of Brock I enjoy the most. The matches. He is. And the matches against Balor. Was it Balor at Royal Rumble last year? And then he fought Daniel Bryan in last year. There are moments where you go, oh, okay, this could be it. This could be it. And I fully see Lesnar winning. But I'd love to see,
My prediction is Rey Mysterio brings his pipe.
His pipe? Yeah. Well, it's no holds barred and he's introduced it. So do you think this is a one and done? I could see them maybe going on a bit longer because we still have the Dominik thing and Cain Velasquez.
We'll see.
We've got the Universal Championship, The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan.
I think the Fiend retains somehow, some way, in some cheekiness.
The Fiend eats 700 running knees.
I didn't know this match was happening. So.
No. I'm interested to see what Daniel Bryan can do with this match.
Last time they fought were really good.
It was a really good match, but we've got a different Bray Wyatt now where he's Michael Myers. He's unstoppable, and it's a very hard gimmick to have good matches with, I think.
Honestly, I'm going to be straight. I love The Fiend. As soon as you started putting red lights in his match, I'm done. I'm over it.
I agree. And as soon as you make him unstoppable, kicking out of 100 finishers.
Too silly.
Yeah.
The Women's Championship, triple threat, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Shayna Baszler. I see Becky Lynch winning this match.
I see Shayna tapping out Bayley.
Whoa.
I think Shayna versus Becky down the line is something you'll want to happen. So I don't think either should be going on over each other. I think you want Shayna to look really strong if she's going to move to main roster at any point. And I think Bayley's the most expendable out of the three there.
Mid-card champions, if we want to call them that. AJ Styles, U.S. champion. Nakamura, IC versus Roderick Strong, North American. I'm going to say this is the match I'm most looking forward to seeing, just because the history of all three of these men intertwining in their past before WWE and now he being here. And I'm going to say Roderick Strong being featured on WWE Survivor Series. Perfect. The guy made it. You made it, Roddy. I want him to win. I'm going to say Roddy wins it just to prove everyone wrong, but I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I think my head is saying AJ.
But my heart says Roddy.
Well, my heart's saying Roddy, but I'm going to go with Nakamura here.
Okay.
They've just started this little kind of faction with him, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. I think him winning gives Sami a lot of ammunition. Like he's the best mid-card talent there. And I think I'd like to see him and Cesaro go forward a bit stronger. So I think he's probably got the most to gain here. I think Roddy just needs to look awesome in front of everyone, but I think he's going to be in NXT for a while.
Yeah.
So I think Roddy can win fans here. AJ Styles is AJ Styles. So it's like Daniel Bryan for me. It's, he's fantastic. Does it matter if he loses? Not really.
Yeah.
So I think Nakamura.
I think AJ beats Roddy in this match, but yeah. The tag team match, the triple threat, the Viking Raiders, the New Day, and Undisputed Era. I see the Viking Raiders winning this match simply because I want them to. Don't let these guys weaken unless they're not involved in the pinfall.
Have they lost a regular tag match yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have. I think they might have lost like in teams, like 6-man or 5-man or whatever. I don't think they've lost in regular tag teams. So I think it would be a mistake to have them lose. I think they look so dominant at the moment. Again, the New Day, they can afford to lose. Undisputed Era, they had a great showing tonight. I think if the rest, like Adam Cole retains, I don't think it's the end of the world if
they lose.
Fish and O'Reilly lose here.
Yeah, that's cool too. Men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw, Team SmackDown, and Team NXT, who we're not even still certain is on the teams. I honestly don't care. No. So I'm going to say NXT, baby. Boom.
Yeah, this is fucking 15 people in this match. Yeah, exactly. I can't see this being particularly entertaining. I think we're going to have a lot of very quick falls. Oh, Kevin Owens is on this team, so screw that of him being added to the match.
True. Is there any other matches?
So, and then there's the women's one. I'm going to say NXT as well for the men's.
Sure. Women's, I'll say, I don't know, NXT. Screw it. I'm saying NXT for both because I bleed black.
I think NXT have the most to gain out of this.
Sure.
I would hate to see what they did last year where one team just wins the whole thing. But yeah, I want NXT to win these team matches.
Adam Cole versus someone because we're not sure who yet. So I think Adam Cole retains.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
I think certain British guy tries to break his fingers, but ends up having his final shot.
Is there a cruiserweight title match too? Is it Leo Rush and Angel Garza? Is it a rematch happening? Because it might be.
If it is, I don't think it's been officially announced.
Okay.
But I see Rush retaining anyway, if that happens at any point over the weekend.
No, this whole weekend looks like a lot of fun, a lot of wrestling, a lot of fun wrestling because there's like lots of gimmicks and stuff. So kind of putting aside the brand supremacy thing, I just see it as kind of dream matchups. So.
Absolutely. And I think that's how I'm going to look at it. It would be it's so easy. It's a predetermined sport with stories. Why would you not add stakes to it? It baffles me.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, the matches on paper look fantastic, and I can't wait.
Can't wait to see Survivor Series TakeOver weekend. You can hear us do all the shows. We will be doing a TakeOver review this Saturday. You can find it. And then we will be joining John and Wai for Survivor Series as well. So the invasion continues there. So we have, like we said, a bunch of the shows on the Patreon. And this is where we kind of would like to thank some of our Patreons because we like to shout out some of the people who support us, like Jeremy Angel, Kendall Kinney, Liam Chapman, Matt Oates. Thank you, Paul Stewart, Ron Bandish, Stephen Perry, are you famous? And Wayne Miller. Thank you all for being supporters of the BDE and Up Next.
Yeah, I would like to thank MJ from NJ, who I went to his place over the weekend.
Whoa.
Went to his rooftop, had a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit. I saw the photos.
Yeah, we had a lot of the bubbly. So thank you very much, MJ. Had an awesome weekend.
Yes.
It was the best. And again, thank you to Daniel Lloyd, who I saw over the weekend. We played some pinball. He beat me at pinball.
He's the best.
But we didn't get to play at Star Wars. So next time, if we find a Star Wars machine, I'll take you at that.
Daniel does the chiptune for our movie reviews and stuff. We have a theme that we all made. My friend Shaheen and your friend Wade. Daniel took that and made a chiptune and synth versions, and that's what we use for the other shows. If anyone's wondering, Beta Club Field Trip is his thing. He makes some sick ass.
That is awesome. Yeah. Awesome guy. I also want to thank Andrew Hickey, Brett Gannis, Chris Elliott, Eric Bodelson, Frank Gilfillan. Sorry, my font is very small here. Gilfillan and Gareth. Gareth. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
it means the world to us that you support us.
Thank you to anyone who maybe you just don't want it. You just want to listen to this show, and that's cool too. You can go to Twitter and follow at upNXT Podcast and follow. We post everything for the shows, for the Patreon stuff there as well. You can follow myself on my personal Twitter and Instagram. I am at the Bray D.
And I'm at Davie Portman.
You can chat with us. You can hear all the shows we have out coming this week for you guys. We love our Patreon supporters and all our listeners. Forever the revival. Forever the revival. Throw them up. It's undisputed. Who will survive this weekend? Is there anything else left to say?
I think just one more thing.
What's that?
Send us off.
Oh, I was going to say throw him up, but I already said that.
Yeah.
And he's not, maybe not being in the company anymore.
No, don't say that. He's in my belly right now.
The beef hitting hard.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to Up Next. We'll be back all the shows. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe.
Ahoy!
Dave's got to poop.
Oh, no, I'm